Here is one of those tough Singapore PSLE maths question. Alright, let's go through the question first. So Jamie and X, which is a person, use $61.20 each, alright, to buy some egg tarts. Jamie has a 15% discount coupon and bought 6 more egg tarts than X. So the question actually wants to know how many egg tarts did Jamie buy. Alright, so that's part A. And part B, what is the cost of an egg tart? So if you like to give yourself some time to actually try this question, right, these two questions actually, I will suggest you actually pause the video right now. Alright, that will give you some time to try it out. Because proceeding onwards, we will look at how to solve this particular question. So I've taken away the two-part question over here, right, so that I have more space to illustrate how to solve the question. But I find it that it's actually useful to try to visualize this. So this is Jamie, which spent $61.20, and X, which is another person which also spent $61.20. Right, and I try to visualize that basically these are the egg tarts purchased, but Jamie actually purchased more egg tarts. I do know that Jamie purchased 6 more egg tarts than X, and the reason for this is because Jamie has a 15% discount coupon. So basically Jamie get to buy more with the same amount of money. Now from here I can actually deduce, right, that 85% is ratio to $61.20. Now of course, how do I come to that? The reason being is basically of the 15% over here. Alright, so because Jamie has a 15% discount coupon, so if you take 100 subtract by 15, you get 85, and this 85% over here is actually $61.20. So now I actually know what 85% is, but I would also like to know this 15% over here. So I will solve this problem by using a ratio. So in order to get 15%, I will use the $61.20 divided by 85% and multiply the result with 15%. This will give me $10.80. So the 15% up here is actually $10.80. So $10.80, which is the 15%, this portion on the top is actually for 6 egg tart. How do I get the 6 egg tart? Because Jamie actually bought 6 more egg tarts than X. So this additional point over here, this additional height of this little bar over here is actually for 6 more. Alright, so from here I can calculate what one egg tart actually costs by dividing this 10.80, right, which by 6. So I will know the price of one egg tart is $1.80. So now I know one egg tart is actually $1.80. Alright, and how much would $61.20 actually buy? So I will say divide this by $1.80, right? But I must remember to plus 6. Why plus 6? Because Jamie bought 6 more egg tart. And if you solve this, divide first, then plus the 6, you will get 40 egg tart. And from here we actually have both our answers. So how many egg tarts did Jamie buy? $1.40, and what is the cost of an egg tart? $1.80. Now, what this question actually teach us, of course, is to be able to visualize the question, alright, and definitely using the ratio, what we have learned. But we did not actually solve part A first before we solve part B. So when you are facing a maths question that have multiple portions like A, B, and C, and so forth, alright, it doesn't really make sense to tackle it part by part. Alright, so that is a common mistake that sometimes students will make. Alright, trying to solve part A, then using the answer to solve part B. So in this particular classic example, it doesn't have to be so. Alright, so all the best in your mathematics. Okay, and remember, don't give up. Alright, I'm sure you can do it with a little bit of